Good morning, guys. Let's have a look at something quickly here. We got, ha, typical. It's not there. So, um, we have a setup right now, guys. Morning, morning. Right, we've got a setup on the M30 false break. So, here, guys. So, looking for this right now. So, and that's what we're looking for. Continuation, maybe of the momentum to come lower, but we'll see. That's what I'm looking to trade. Uh, right, okay. Okay, so that is in. Um, right. Okay, guys, are you in the trade? So I was just setting setting up there. Okay. Uh, right. Let's have a look. Sorry, I am just moving stops around at the minute. We just hit TP at 15 pips. So we're 20 pips at the minute. Sorry, guys, I'm just having to T2. Lovely. Well done, Peter Armand. Right. I will be locking in. There we go. Right, I'm just closing mine. I've just had 30 pips. I'm done. Uh, so, okay. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. That was really quick. I'm having to manage two different accounts, which is why I couldn't uh, get everything up on board. But hopefully you saw what I was doing and you reacted accordingly. I couldn't even get the false break thing up. It happened so quick. So well done, Peter Armand, T1, T2. Let me just and so there we go. We could have got more out of it, but I'm taking my 30 pips. That was it. Lovely. I could have held on for more. I'm sure there's ways of doing it, but if I'm going to be honest, it's been a little bit of a tough week up until yesterday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday haven't been great. So yesterday secured profits, today secured profits. There's no better way to leave the week than on a positive note. So um, all I can say is this was about as textbook as it gets for a false break, and I do think there's a lot more downside. So look, for those of you that want to trade it further, let's think about what you could look for. How many of you are still in the trade? So look, what do we move? We moved 70 pips. So I think, let me just check. What did I think it was 30 that I came out with. So entry was 331983. Uh, oh, it just gapped up a little bit. 3317.15. So 27 pips. So yeah, I did miss out on a little bit by the time I hit close. Yeah, it was a quick one, Anna. Peter Armand closed at 70 pips. There you go. Day's done. Yeah, likewise, my day's done now. For trading, I'm going to finish the week on a positive. Um, there's no better way than finish the week on a positive. So look, right, trade done. We couldn't have done much better than that. Live conditions. You couldn't get in because you didn't see the upward wick. Okay, so first thing I'm going to say is that the way these markets have been moving, there was a minuscule wick, but if we look at what's happened over the last couple of days, there's no way I'm letting this this move pass me by because I see this gold chart. I'm just looking for reasons for the market to come up and then sell. So yesterday we mapped out several different ways. Yeah, I use momentum here, Danny. I'm not going to say it wicked up. I just didn't want to miss the trade. It was classic false break. Um, it, it's one of those where look, you've just seen the market collapse from major structure. It's done in the last 2 days, $140. I don't see it hanging around. I'm just looking for rallies up to sell. Yesterday was a prime example. Um, it it did everything that we wanted into the zone. We wanted to trade it from here. Didn't really give me a great technical setup to trade from in here. Um, yeah, you could have looked at trading the hourly. You'd have been offside for a long time. And I think if you'd have looked at that, when you come down, it comes down, breaks the low. Here, this one's going to trigger you in on the 30. It's going to come down. You bring your stops above here. This rally up here, you're probably going to close half, um, and then you might make some money. But listen, I guarantee that anyone that was trading through here will have got probably stopped at break even, unless you left the stop right at the highs. But then you're talking a huge stop. Uh, Frankie, not enough wick up for you. Mm, Then you did the right thing in not taking it. So yeah, if there's another opportunity, which is probably going to be on the hourly, you're going to have to wait 23 minutes. So let's go through a little checklist. Now, like I said, the market volatility. So let's do false break, short. One, what do we need to see? What do we need to see, guys, for a false break short? Hello? Can you hear me? Traders? So look, Peter Almonds took 70 pips out of it. I just took 28 pips and closed manually. No, yeah. Well, no, guys, you're missing the first thing. No, you're missing the first thing, guys. Okay, so number one, break and close above resistance. Okay, number two, um, obviously trend is better, but we don't need to put that in because it could be a range trade. You could do a false break of a range. So the main thing here is you've got to close above a resistance level. What's the next thing we need to see? Yes, Simon. The next candle to close below resistance. So the next candle to close below the resistance level has to be the next candle. What's next? Clear space. Next, keep, yeah, we'll keep this one very structured. The next, um, so after close below, next candle to wick up. Okay, so we're going to keep this one very structured. The more and disciplined, the as market conditions change and your experience changes, if you want to do a momentum entry, that's your call. But you saw I called this one live here, and I said, right, I'm selling. Yeah, and then sell below the low of the false break candle with spread. Okay, so there's two options here. Let me give an example. Oh no. Ah, so this one I've opted to short sell underneath here, right? The the initial close below the up range candle with a with a with a bearish close. So that's where I've opted to sell. A, because you see where the next candle stops. We've got a good, or starts, I should say. We've got a good 69, 70 pips down to the bottom of that candle. If this candle, now to put this in words is going to be difficult without visuals. Now let's say this candle closed, sorry, opened and had a low maybe about 12 pips below this candle low. Where do you think I would put my entry? Underneath the bullish candle or the bearish candle? So maybe let's draw it. Oh, I can't. Can I zoom in? So, mm, Simon, you just said we'd put a sell stop underneath the low of this bearish candle, which is what I did here, right? But we have 70 pips to the low of this candle, which is, look, where this candle's come down to, and then for whatever reason, buyers have just popped back in. If this candle was positioned somewhere up here, but the low of it was only, let's say, 10 or 12 pips below this one, would we sell underneath the low of the bullish candle or underneath the low of the bearish candle? I'd want it to take the low of this one because here we've got plenty of room to trade into. This candle where buyers have come in, I'd want price to break that low just because there's not enough space. If we've got 20 plus pips between the low of that and the low of this one, then fine, we can still keep using that and get our 10 pips. Okay, so I can't put that into words. I'll let you use that one. We can do that with diagrams later. Okay, so then we'll put sell stop under bearish candle low plus spread. Okay, we're going to use that, but you know there's another option as well, right? False break short. Um, isn't it a great feeling getting your pips in before you've even done anything? That is such a good feeling. Oh, there we go. That's got to be a it's got to be a track for today. Such a good feeling. Think it goes with clear space. Yeah, so now look, if you want to trade this one, guys, you can go up to the hourly time frame. You've got 13 minutes to wait. You've got realistically a big old chunky stop here. So next candle, you want it to push up. When it breaks the lows, put your stop above the high of the current candle. Not this one because this will have been closed. Stop loss underneath the lows. In terms of room, what do we have? We've got 47 pips down here. Um, Now, the only thing that is uh, a little bit off-putting for me on the current chart is this 4-hour candle. So I want to see how this closes. So it closes in 13 minutes. But we've seen strong bullish candle here that just completely got reversed. So yeah, we'll see. And this is why you want to wait for the movement up. But my bias really is that we're going to come down and see at least 32.90, and then if we can break through there, we're going to go a little bit further. Whether that happens today or next week, who knows? But we're also in this range. We've got a few things that can happen. Okay, we've got a few things that can happen. So one is the continuation. So we'll be looking at sells underneath the hourly candle. Now, the other thing is if we are going to see a continuation higher above this area, the best things happened right now because what we've done is we've seen sellers coming in at resistance. So we're getting a pullback, maybe to entice buyers back into the market, see if they can. If they can't, we're going to see the market come lower to try and entice buyers. But in the meantime, if we do get back above this level, then you can start looking for longs again because what we've seen is we've seen a pullback. It's not just kept going, whereas I don't like looking at breakouts without any type of pullback when you've done, well, I don't know what that is, $55. Yeah. So we're seeing the best thing happen now for either a breakout or that false breakout to continue with, let's say, the last 2 days moves. Right, who would take the 1 hour sell trade? So a post just came up. I won't repeat what it says, but it is actually quite funny. So apparently Ed Miliband has put in, has anyone seen it? Ed Miliband's put in a request to spend 56 million of taxpayers' money on experiments to block the sun. And this this person's basically said, have you not heard of clouds? Something we have an abundance of in the UK. You're going to kill natural ecosystem. So did make me chuckle. There was me thinking I've got an important tweet popping up, and it wasn't, but it did make me chuckle. Right, let's have a so everyone know what they're gonna do on. Everyone know what you're gonna do here with gold. Now, guys, if you've got anyone that's interested in starting to trade, I do have, it's the final day today of a 50% off on this first 6 months of trading, of membership. So today, 75 quid a month. It's the final day for the next 6 months. If there's anyone that wants to start, um, get them to email me, and it would be great to have some referrals. And the reason I say referrals is because I love the people in the community. So I would only expect anyone that's referring anyone to be of a similar uh, similar nature. So inspiring, um, be a big part of the community, motivating because I look at what everyone does with one another. When we win together, we lose together, and the community has a really, really good feel in the group, and this is in our Telegram channel. So if anyone is really looking or wanting some friends to maybe start, then if you can drop me an email to mark@tradeandtrain.com, um, copy your friends in, or just give me a shout. Either way, um, yeah, today's the last day of the 50% off for um, joining Trade and Train. Hey Frankie, it's all right. I get it. Listen, it's an industry that not many there are a lot of people are skeptical about. I get it. And this is why I'm trying to do a lot of YouTubes right now so they can see the transparency in what we do. They get a feel for members because members are turning up to the YouTube channel as well. But ultimately, there's not many people out there that will trade live in front of you and call it there and then. There's a lot of gurus, um, but they'll send their signals in a way that can be positive, negative, etc. When you're not doing it live, you can construe a result however you want. But when you're trading live here in front of people, you can't make the charts move the way you'd want them to. They've got to do what your plan says. So, um, anyone that is referred from our current member base, I'd be so happy to welcome to the group. Um, any new members, obviously, I'd be very welcome to opening the doors to new members. But what I can tell you, if you are new to this channel, you would be joining a very, very nice community. And I'm not saying that because it's something that I've created. Um, the people within our community are absolutely amazing. There's no arrogance. There's no showing off. It is pure support. We all understand that people start from the same place. Um, everyone helps one another. There's some people that have been members with me for over 7 years now. Um, so it's a great place to be. Um, if you're just starting out, it's a great place to be if you're experienced. It doesn't matter where you are in the trading cycle, because let me tell you this, if I was to give you an equity curve of, let's say, someone that starts trading, um, it would look a little something like this. If this is time, forgive time going down, and this be money, so let's just put a dollar sign here, and we'll put a clock again, forgive me, this, so clock down here, and this is your starting balance. This is what tends to happen. This time, the starting balance goes away, and then about here, whatever time period that is, this is where we go, something happens. I call it the aha moment. Now, when you get to the aha moment, some people have quit before here. No, Frankie, I did a momentum trade today. I did a momentum trade. That's what I was saying. When we first came in, I literally just said, I'm selling live now. You probably heard all the clicks in the background. Um, so the aha moment is here. Your balance is probably depreciating while you're learning, you're making mistakes, you're trying out new things. And then as you get here, something clicks. It could be the way that you see a chart. It could be you all of a sudden just focus on swing trading. It could be that you just focus on day trading. You could focus on one thing and you start to see a little bit of progress and it starts to do this. And then the natural curve does this kind of thing. Because what happens is through these sections here, you then start getting more capital. It could be your own capital, it could be other people's capital, it could be funded accounts, whatever. And this is what happens. The hard bit is persevering to this point. And this is where you need as much support as possible. Okay. So on that note, guys, I'm just gonna get rid of these drawings, but that's a traditional sort of equity curve. This bit here, this is the learning, the going through the mills. And as Churchill says, when you get to hell, keep going, because this is kind of what it feels like. It's financial torture, it's emotional torture, but you're finding yourself. Let's have a look. So absolutely, try and make absolutely so true. You don't get many trading live like yourself. I know you're not a fan of momentum trades on gold this time of the day, but would you consider the high of the current H1 should the next candle go? So you're looking for longs, Frankie. Totally agree. Fantastic team, and the live trading days are amazing. And we would, yeah. DAX is breaking. Oh, Frankie, give us a clue what chart you're referring to, because let me just get rid of all those. Uh, let's have a look. DAX. Yeah, which chart, Frankie? DAX, gold. I know the time frame because you said it in the previous one. Gold. Okay, let's have a look. So look, I wouldn't be looking. Okay, let's get rid of all this in the DAX for now. Gold. But look, the gold. If you were trading break of the H1, that's already happened. The breakout would have happened. Um, I traded this, but I only had a break-even trade. I didn't get anything on the gold, and because it broke out and then came back in, I traded the false break. So I'm done, like I said, right now. But what I'd wait for, Frankie, is for a 15-minute candle to close above here. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to place a buy stop above the H1. You get tapped in and then it come back down because it's already done that once. This one moved like 11 pips, so I just got break even. Moved stops to break even, then it came back down. Okay, so if you're looking for gold buys, wait for uh, buys above 3328.2. Okay, you've now got support formed here on the 15, so I would go sells below here. So this now is a no trade range. Sells below 3304. No, let's just whack this in here. No trade range. No trade range, no trade zone, whatever you want to call it. We got clear candle space to here. Got clear candle space to here. I hear footsteps. I can hear footsteps, I think. No, I can't. Okay, so looking at this on gold, we have some of that 300 pips, 300 pip range, and to the downside, 278. There you go. Right, let's have a look at what kind of oh, what just happened? Uh, so I just need to move something. Where are you? Friday. So no news, only CAD today. So no news. So whack that on the chart. So no major news is going to impact this one today. So, well, when I say no major news, no doubt we're going to see something. Our favorite president will no doubt make some kind of remarks um, that will set the market alight at some point. So, yeah, this is how I'd look for gold. Let's just screenshot that. I'm going to just drop this in the members group now. Uh, a watch list, gold, London open 9th May. Okay, there you go. Right, okay. Right, let's have a look at the DAX. So, daily chart. Okay, so we got now. Obviously, it's not one I would have traded, but this is a classic kind of daily flip that you could have done. But just remember, the time that this would have triggered, the spreads would have been absolutely um, shocking. So, so yeah. Um, the spreads would have been shocking, but if we look at this, we've had a close above daily structure, we've had a wick down, and we're just looking to fill the range. Now, so bias remains long. Only downside we've got to look at now is we've got to get above this structure. So let's check that. Let's go to the 30. Okay, let's adjust. Let's go to the 15. Okay, structure stays the same. So now what we're waiting for, right? What type of trade are we looking for? Where's the chat? Uh, where's the box gone? Hi mate. So BPC on gold, M15, the breakout, closing BPC on 50. It's just breakouts on gold. So yes, Simon, breakout, Anna, breakout. So look, what you're gonna do is go over to your text. We're gonna to look at our setups. Let's put our setups over here. Right, we know or to pull back and BPC setup if it goes too far for DAX. Yeah, exactly. So, but think about the next trade. The next trade that will potentially set up is the breakout, as you rightly said. So we're going to look at breakout long. Oh, you can't have two on this. Can you not have two on? There we go. So we know that we want to break out. This is what we need to see. So resistance, yes. So buys above 23,487. Keeping it nice and simple. So now we don't need to do anything until let's put an alert somewhere up there. All right, breakout DAX. Yep. Okay, so we've got alert here. Other options. Uh, Bias remains which way, guys, for this chart? Bias remains which way? Which way is the bias? Yeah, exactly, long. Okay, so on that basis, we know we can't do anything until the market gets above here. So alerts are set. Do I want to look for sells anywhere? Um, Not really. I would want to be more sort of traditional charting if I was looking for sells. And I'll show you what I mean if I was by more traditional charting. So based on support 22, let me just have a look. You could have a look below here, but because you've got 50 points down to here. So that would be something. But if I was to do, if the current 15-minute candle had wicked first, would it be a good idea if I went in? Yeah, it looks like there's potentially enough room. Yeah. Um, I think your spreads would have been bit uh, a bit wacky at this time, but yeah, it looks like there's plenty of room. Yeah, there's 35 pips, so let me just check because that doesn't look as big as. Yeah, it's about the same. Yeah, you could have done that, Terry. Um, so yeah, Uh, spread was high, so that would have screwed it for you. So I would look at this and go, right, well, on this basis, I'm looking at this. This is going to be my no trade range. I'm looking for buys above here. Bias is long. Let's keep the setups down here so we can see them. This is what we're looking for. And that's it. Done. We don't need to do anything else now. So we've got a very nice, simple, clear setup. Um, we don't need to you can let everyone know. Um, in terms of this now, we're not going to do anything. We can change channels, we can change charts, we can work on other stuff. We're not going to do anything unless those alerts trigger. Do you have all the rules written somewhere or saved in the trading view for all strategies? Um, Danny, this is why I've been doing it every day so that you can write them down as we're doing it. So don't worry, I will write them down every day, but you just need to either screen grab it, go through the files in the members community. You'll see them there. But yeah, just copy DAX. So Frankie was saying BPC. Are you referring to this here to continue back up into here, Frankie? Okay, so have a think about, look, that may well happen, but what's happened here? So for me, the biggest issue, if you take that trade in there, Frankie, is you've just had a false break above this level, and then it's come back below. We've just had 70 pips, and now you're taking or asking if we should look for. Yeah, to me that wasn't a smart trade. It could have gone there, but you're asking for trouble. I would wait for price to break here and then do it. You've literally just traded straight into old resistance that the market broke out and then failed. No, if you just look back, guys, it's you're trading against something that we've just done. Yeah, we've just done a false breakout from a higher time frame, and all that's happening is the market's just having a little pullback into it. We don't know whether it's going to come back here. We don't know whether there's no confirmation. So if you're looking for longs, this isn't the place to do longs. Longs are above here. Shorts now, you can't even do shorts. Okay, so stay away from shorts until you get below here. S- Be disciplined, guys. You know, there's always going to be more trades. You don't need to uh, pull the trigger. That first trade has done us for the day. Okay, so look, gold, breakout, long. Mm, this one is breakout. Oh, short. So we've got the alert set. We've got everything set. See this? It, look, Frankie, you got away with it. You got a couple of pips in the can, but you don't just fall blind to what we see here. DAX broken above. My alert hasn't gone off. Yeah, so was it broken above on for you? Because my alert hasn't gone on. Mm. Oh, interesting. Very different. Yeah, agreed. Thanks, Frankie, Simon. Very, very different on empty. Yeah, if you get a wick down, guys, then there's a trade. I mean, to be fair, 716. Yeah, I'd wait for a wick down just because of the time. How are your spreads at the minute, guys? Um, if this was another half an hour, 45 minutes later, definitely look at the momentum entry. But it's up to you. You could do if you wanted to do momentum entry, you could do half now. And if you get a wick down, you could take another half. So interesting. So you see this, what we're seeing here on Trading View. This doesn't exist on MT4. So you're getting a wick down now on MT4. Hey, look, I'll show you, where's the TV? Let me move the chat box back across. Um, there we go. So you can see how MT4, the chart is quite a bit different. So if you're going to do anything, hello, Alana? Come on, sweetie. Come on, come. 1 second, guys. So we got we got a little visitor this morning. Oh, right. So my little princess has just come in to see. Okay, here you go. I'll put you this on. Sorry, guys. This is when you know it's live stream. Yeah. Mickey Mouse. You want Mickey Mouse? Okay. Where's my earphones? There. Bear with me a second, guys. Yeah. Okay. Put this one in. Sorry, guys. I'll be with you 1 second. Yeah, can you hear? Okay. All right. There we go. Terry, you can't speak to me like that. You saying I'm cute. That's very kind. Uh, there we go. Okay, so now we're all set up. Oh wow, we've got both teddies. Okay, so now we're all set up. If you're looking, sorry, did I change that? Scale fix. That's what I was doing. Okay, so I scale fix on MT4 so that when you do this, because MT4s or MT5, they're not very user friendly. So the purpose of doing this is that I can move the chart up and down once I've got the sizing right. So if you look at this now, well, I can move it up and down because you'll find sometimes you get the chart stuck at the top. So guys, if you're looking at longs now, your order in theory can go above the high of this current bearish candle. Put your stop losses underneath structure, and then as it triggers, if this one flips and goes bullish, move your stop loss underneath there. Does that make sense, guys? So, like I said, I've done now. I'm stopping on my quota every day, regardless. And the fact that I've done that before 7 a.m. takes a, it's a nice feeling, a very, very nice feeling. Um, so nothing else to do here. Right, let's flip back and take a look at gold. So if you are taking it, guys, this is what it'd look. In fact, I'll show you on. In fact, no, I'll have to do it here because so entry would be. I'm just going to change the line so you can do colors based on buys. Then we'll do one for the stop. So I'll put a stop, say, underneath here. Okay, so, oops, so somewhere underneath that structure. And then as soon as this candle pushes and breaks through the highs, you'll move your stop loss from here to here like this. Make sense, guys? So everyone happy with that? Any questions? Gold's dropping. Yeah, it has dropped a bit, but not enough. Hasn't triggered my alerts. Now, the reason I've marked in this area as sells below is if you look at this, guys, where we were right with our false break, this next candle, this 30-minute candle, has kind of messed up this clear pathway that we had. So now you can't do anything in here because we've got wick to the upside, we've got wick to the downside. So we need that whatever the next move is, we need it to clear through this, which is why we drop down to the lower time frame. And we know that if we get a close above here or a close below here, we've got clear traffic here, we've got clear traffic here. Really, really simple analysis. The hardest thing you have to do now as a trader is sit on your hands. I know a lot of you will be tempted to look at trades if it closes below this little range. This is where you have to work on not self-development, yeah, self-development, but self-discipline really. You know, sometimes less is more. You know, Anna, we went through your stats in great detail last week, and the amount of times we saw the days where you had more than two trades. If we took out all the days where you had more than two trades, you were ridiculously profitable. And any days where you had more than two trades, you were negative when we combined it, right? So it So it just shows that sometimes less is more. Remember, what's that? Sorry, I think something's quite funny. Um, um, what's our job? Can you hear that, guys? If you can, I'm apologize. What's our job as a trader? Damn it. Sorry, guys. What's our job as a trader? Hmm, kind of right, Frankie, but yes, Peter Armand, to make money. Our job is to make money. Now, whether that comes from one trade or staying out of the market or five trades, that's totally dependent. But the main objective is to make money. And if you find the best way for you to make money is by, when you look at your statistics, is by taking less trades, then guess what? You take less trades. Now, as I mentioned to you the other day in the live stream, my statistics pre-London and London Open are fantastic. My statistics US Open are fantastic. Get me somewhere in the middle of those or after the US Open. I don't generally trade later in the day anyway because school pickup in this one. Um, the success rate drops massively. So give yourself that window to trade. And outside of that, just stay away from the markets. So, for example, let's say by 9 o'clock, you should be done today. That's if you haven't hit your money already. So I'm done. Um, yeah, take money from the markets. So I used to work with a guy many years ago, um, and his saying used to be TTM, TTM. Take the money. That's all he used to boom. Take the money. And he got this big booming voice. And that's literally, he used to just shout it across the floors. Take the money. Um, and going back then, I never really thought about it because I wasn't day trading back then. Um, all I did was swing trading. But if you take money from the market and you've done it by 7 a.m., your DAX trade could be close to triggering, guys. Oh no, just come back off a little bit. So you get that money out of the market, stop. You've done the hardest thing. You've done what so many people can't do. Yeah. If you're using funded accounts, and like I said, guys, I'm doing some comparables at the minute. There is absolutely zero point in using anyone else than the incubator account. And the reason I'm saying this, guys, is you're having to achieve the same profit margin to get paid. There's so many restrictions around news. There you go. Around news, around EAs, around copying. You can copy on your challenge account. You can't copy on the real account. It it's a minefield. The restrictions that you should have, daily drawdown limits. If you wanted the most, if you think about how you trade on your personal account, right? You trade on your personal account and the broker says, well, it's your account. You do what the hell you like. Okay? Then you go to the prop firms and they go, it's our account, even though it's demo. You do as we say, and if you don't, you've lost your you've lost your deposit for your demo account. The beauty of the incubator account is the only rule is don't lose 10% of the initial account balance. Everything else is treat it as your own. No daily drawdowns, nothing about trading through news, nothing about using EA, nothing about copying. Obviously, if you start using some malicious software or something like that, that'd be the same as anywhere. But everything else, it's it's your account. You do as you please, and it's scaling. Most people look into what it costs with these other challenge accounts, and yeah, they're a bit cheaper. And they're a bit cheaper for a reason. They're cheaper because they know so many of you are going to fail. So for every 100 people that buy a challenge, 10 pass. For every 100 people that pass, between 5 and 10 get paid. On those numbers, when it's demo accounts, there's only ever going to be one winner, guys, in the long run. So there'll be a lot of people that pass the challenge, then fail the live account. So this is why you're so much better using. And if you're still unsure, what I suggest you do is you go and look at the T's and C's and the FAQs on all of these prop firms, and don't think about the saving the money now. Think about the potential return that you're missing out on because you've gone for the cheaper option. Um, Guys, did uh, just tell me if you can see a message that I just popped up because I keep getting failed when I send a message. Can you see anything? Timestamp. Yeah. Keep saying error, try again. All right, let me close the chat down. Uh, hmm, what's going on? Oh, I'll pick it up. Why is that not working? You are currently signed out. Damn it. All right, I don't know why it signed me out. Let me try again. Oh, there we go. Idiot. I just sorry guys. I don't know why it signed me out. Signed me out of my own live stream. Bloody good, isn't it? Oh, sorry. Yes, it's me. Okay. We should be. Okay, I think we're back now. Be right. Just let me know, guys, if there we go. So look, have a look there. You'll see all the difference. That there's no restrictions. So no restrictions whatsoever. So apologies, I'm not sure why I got signed out or what the hell happened there. So just click on Instant FX Capital, guys. Um, um, and if you are new to Trade and Train or to this live stream, like we are running a collaboration right now. FX Capital. Open up one of their instant funded accounts, and you will get a minimum of 30 days free membership into Trade and Train, up to a maximum of 90 days, depending which account you take. Um, so yeah, if you're looking at scaling your growth and being part of a community at no additional cost, then what a great way to do it. Okay, so if you are looking at funded accounts, guys, then give it a check out. It is instant, so you don't have to pass any challenges. You literally are just going to go live straight on your account, and payout is just as soon as you hit 20%, which is same as what you'd have to do when you do a one-step challenge and then the next step. So the and it's no trailing drawdown, static drawdown, so it's a hard breach. Um, really flexible. It's the closest trading conditions you can get to your personal account, which is how you're going to succeed. Um, so the DAX orders for love. How many? Just give me a show of hands. How many of you got orders in the DAX? Let me just change screens because if there's a few new traders here, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So the green line would be your order. Oh, sorry, 1 second. I just need to. All right, now you're looking for the breakout trade continuation. If this is going to happen, I would anticipate that, remember, your stop loss is going to be underneath structure initially. You're only going to move your stop loss underneath the bearish candle that is bearish right now once this candle triggers and pushes higher. Anna, let me just check my calendar. I think I can do one at 1 o'clock. I know I've got something at 12:30. I'm just not sure how long it's lasting. Calendar. 9:30. 11:30 to 12:30. What's this copy trade call? 12:30 to 1. Yeah, I can do 1 till 2:30 today. Yeah. Now, now this is interesting. So I'm going to show you something on TradingView because I would have a slightly differing opinion on this setup right now based on TradingView as opposed to um, MT4. But MT4 is what I trade, so this is where I get my data from. So I'm just going to show you if my TradingView and my MT4 matched up, what I'd be considering. Um, okay, so look at this. Structure, strong move, rejection, wick up. This would be a range trade. Sell underneath here. That's it. Press that button. So literally, I'd have been triggered right now if my MT4 chart looks like look like TradingView. And then we'd be looking at that's your break even point. So this is why it's so important to look at your broker data, because if I'd have traded according to this, look, it may win, it may lose, it does whatever, but the broker that I trade doesn't look like this. This doesn't exist. Resistance is here, so we've closed above it. This candle's just tapped in to tap it. So I'd still be looking for longs according to my broker data. Does that make sense, guys? So if we go back and look at the broker data, if I was to place any more trades today or in this session, I'd still be looking at longs above here because we've broken out above the range. This was a breakout above the range. It didn't here on YouTube. It didn't on YouTube on TradingView. It's not broken out above the range. So really, really important that when you are doing your analysis on TradingView, you always cross-reference it with what you're looking at on your broker data. Don't get caught into, oh, it's on YouTube, right? I'll just YouTube. It's on TradingView. I'm just going to place the order based on the prices that I see there. Yeah. Let's have a look at the 30. Oh, wrong chart. Let's have a look at the 30. No, won't cancel the order. Still valid on the 30. The gift. So I'd leave it running. So on the third, oh, let me move it. Yeah. So um, based on this, this candle could close bearish like this, and we'd still leave the order in. So in theory, you've got this candle. So you've got what, 20 minutes left of this candle, and the next candle. So you've got 50 minutes that you could leave this order in for. Now you'd be putting your auto break evens in at 15 pips, your TP1s at 20, TP2s at 40, and then let it trail. Yeah, so everyone all good with that? You know what your plan is for the day, right? Um, have we got any new traders in? Hey, Aaron, morning, buddy. And just realised, not seen you for a while, mate. Yourself and Scott. So, Aaron, I don't know if you heard, today's the last day we're doing a 50% off the monthly membership. It is for the first 6 months only. So it will be 75 quid a month for the first 6 months, and then it would revert to the 147. But obviously, there's different packages where you can get different deals. But at least in that first 6 months, you get a feel of what we do, and if it's something you'd be interested in continuing with. Uh, right. I don't see anything other than the breakout setting up on the DAX. We've got our rules there. We know what we're doing, and that's it. So in 3 minutes, guys. Yes, what a result last night. Clean sheet. What's one of those? A clean sheet. Unbelievable. So, um, yep, 21st of May. Here we go. Uh, Thanks for joining in, mate. Appreciate it. Um, in 2 minutes, I'm gonna depart, guys, because we've done, or I've done the what I need to do today. Um, any questions before we rock and roll? No. If there's no questions, guys, then we'll. Oh, Dax, you getting close to triggering here? See what that 15's looking like. Can I see the dollar strengthen again today? Uh, Uh, it's, I mean, just looking at the euro, I would say you're a very interest. I'll just change charts. TV. So remember, the dollar index is going to be based around this, but for a very quick guidance, weekly chart, we've seen price come into the euro in this zone. We're seeing price potentially stall. Uh, now, what I think could happen is we see price rally, so that would mean dollar sell off a little bit today. And then it's going to be a matter of, is this a change in structure? So this move here, where it's done this, is this a change in structure here? And we're going to do that. Or are we going to start to do this? Um, so I don't think you can really make, if anything, I would say looking at it right now, I think the dollar's probably going to sell off a little bit. Looking at euro, because we've seen it come down, we've got a high, a low, we've now created a new high. So whether this just pops straight up into the 112.75 or whether it comes back, gives you a buy opportunity to come back into the 112.75. That's the I'd use this as an area of interest. Um, if price gets here and rejects, then I think dollar will start to strengthen again. If it comes here and starts to push up, then unfortunately maybe a little bit of a continuation further down. Um, but gold, uh, my bias is shorts based on how far it's moved over the last 2 days. However, when you look at the ranges we've got to trade, I'm only going to trade based on a close above here or a close below here. Um, when I say that, if I was trading, because I'm done for today. No matter what happens, even if we get a break above and it's an amazing setup, I'm staying away from it. So I've we've hit our profits this morning. I've let all the copiers know we're stopped for the day, so that's it. I'm done. But I will, obviously, as always, be here at 1 o'clock. I will share my thoughts. I'll let you know what I would do if I was placing a trade. But this morning we got our 30 pips. Some of the people that were in here got 70 pips. Peter Almond, I know you got 70 pips. But unfortunately, the only people that got the trade this morning were the ones that were here as it started, because it literally happened as we started the live stream. I didn't even manage to get it on the charts. I was still had trading view on. I hadn't realized, so I do apologize. But I was telling you what I was doing. Um, right, guys, it's time for me to close the shop window this morning. Um, if anyone does want to find out more about the partnership we have with Instant FX and the final day of the offer we got on with the membership, then just drop me an email to mark@tradeandtrain.com and I will send you the relevant info. Okay, guys, have a wonderful morning and I'll see you at 1 o'clock. Take care. Guys, bye guys.